There we go.
Yes.
I don't know if this picks it up.
I'm gonna
Definitely
I'm gonna
does.
murder you.
It does. It was actually. Oh wait, was it?
Yes.
Bro, that's crazy. This is our 5th episode.
That would be our 5th episode.
We're
yeah.
half of a, like a decade if this was years.
That doesn't. But it's not years.
I almost said dozen.
Howdy.
That's
to the
getting
Stranded
put in a short
Podcast.
for sure.
Welcome to the Stranded Podcast, episode 5, as Dalen mentioned, half of a decade if it was a year.
Except it's not a year, so
I
it's
know.
not half a decade.
Anyway,
Wait,
so
what's the? If my grandmother had wheels, she would have been a bike.
yes, that's exactly the same energy. I love that.
Bro,
yes,
man.
so this is our 5th episode, which is actually pretty funny because it doesn't feel like
It feels like it's like our 3rd episode.
it doesn't feel like it's been super long.
No. No, I mean, to be fair, 5 weeks isn't really a long time anyways, but
Yes. Okay, but think about it. That's already been a month.
that's true.
That is crazy. Because
Yeah.
when we first, or well, I guess when Tim first like pitched the idea, it was like,
About
oh,
2
we
months
could
ago?
totally do this like months down the line, and we could do this, and we were like, oh yeah, months down the line, and then I don't remember who said it. Somebody was like, why don't we just do it here? And then we were
Mhm.
like, okay, let's do it next week.
That was your idea.
Oh, it was
Actually, that
mine?
was
Yeah,
your
because-
idea to
because
do it
we
here.
were
already
gonna
doing
wait
stuff
and
here
use-
Tuesdays.
Yeah, we were gonna wait and use a room, and then Michael was like, "Well, let's just do it through Discord or Zoom or something
Yeah.
like that." But I had to get a camera or something, and so
Mhm.
instead, you were just like, "All right, so we're filming this week, right?" And we went, "Huh?"
Yeah.
Hey,
That was about right,
I
yeah.
forget about things, guys. I'm like an old man with dementia sometimes when it's remembering events that I need to be at.
That's true.
Like,
that is very true.
it's like work has me like a little stressed out right now.
Yeah.
okay.
Well,
You can attest to that.
yes, yes, very much so. Anyways, well, okay. So speaking of work, I wrote something down that we should talk about because we talk about it. Well, we've kind of tried to talk about it, sort of. But I think if we use the podcast, it forces us to talk about it.
Okay.
So, what businesses do we think we could start and excel at? And this got brought up because we were at a quince the other night, and he takes pictures, right? And he takes pictures.
Take videos a lot better than I take pictures.
I take pictures.
Shut up.
I take pictures. a
No,
lot better
but
than I
let's
take
not be
videos.
fooled by this because he's been bringing this up to me the past like couple weeks.
Yes, I have.
We'll be like at Home Depot in the morning. He'll be like, I think we could totally like pull off a business.
We
And I'm
could.
like,
I just don't know what. But anyway, so
You know what? I think we would excel great at a podcast. I think that would be so
that's
good.
crazy.
well, yeah, but
We
not
should totally
just-
do that.
Yeah, but not technically
We
just
should.
that.
We should.
A podcast
What do you think, Tim?
isn't a business until you start a brand behind it, until you
Yeah.
do clothing and stuff like that.
Yeah.
We haven't done that yet. We don't have an LLC
Okay,
or
and?
whatever.
An LLC.
Whatever. Anyways, but the reason I bring it up again is because, when we were at the quince, he was taking pictures, he was helping out, and I had to be a DJ. Except as a DJ, all I had to use was a MacBook and Spotify. I didn't even have a mouse. I had a trackpad. It was pretty darn good though for what I had.
I mean, you can get like a little Yamaha board for like $120 and you can blend that way.
oh yeah, true. Well, yeah, but I didn't have that.
Yeah.
Point is, we could exceed at that, but I don't like. What else do we think we could do to pursue creative endeavors?
Pursue creative
Beside
endeavors.
this.
I guess what we would
The
include like
only
what
thing
we
I'm
already
interested
do.
in is like wedding stuff, like wedding photography and videography.
That's true.
That's the only one that I'm actually interested in doing.
That's more of a hobby for me. I say like hobby. Everything I do is really a hobby. My current job I got into because I was pursuing a hobby of working with my hands.
Yeah.
And now it's my full-time job. Is it like my lifelong passion? No, but I have a lot of fun doing it. Except for this morning when I was working on a sink and I found out that our licensed plumber used a piece of the packaging over the gasket, and so that's why the whole sink, the whole faucet was just like pouring through the bottom.
Wait, was that part of the problem?
That was the exact problem. So literally, it includes like a little tiny piece of cardboard between the rubber gasket and the two, because of the 2-cup system for the drain. And I pull it off, and I'm looking at the new one I got because I accidentally broke the other one trying to get it out because I tightened it so much, and I was like, I don't know why it's not working. I guess there's like, I thought there was like an issue with the factory like soldering part, like the part that's soldered, and I was like, maybe it's just factory defect.
I'm not talking.
You said yeah.
You said uh-huh.
I said
But you did it like,
Okay, and
Yeah, but I don't need to say in
It's
the
okay.
microphone.
actually, I kind of
But,
need you to do that so you can start getting used to actually having a microphone in your general area.
Hey, no. You're talking to the wrong guy. I've done a great job.
Anyways,
at that in the past
You've
4
only-
weeks.
so
I've
I
only
get
seen
it
you do that
off,
once.
and then I see this like little moldy ring around the top of the cup, and I'm just like, that's disgusting. And then I pull out the new one, and I'm like, I guess I should remove this little cardboard piece before I put it on. That's common sense, right? And then I'm like, wait, that looks a lot like the 2-colored piece of mold that is on the cup of the little catch for the drain. And I was like, that's not good. And so I spent 2 hours because, I spent, about 30 minutes trying to work it off without ripping the sink because it's like really thin aluminum.
Mm-hmm.
And then finally get it off, realize it's broken, get approval to get a new part, go get a new part, come back. And so I spent like 2 hours just to find out that like they did it wrong. Because I thought it was me. I was like, I did it wrong.
I do have one question for you.
Yeah.
Why are your dogs out, bro?
So if you guys don't know, when you are living all by your lonesome as an unmarried man, sometimes you forget to do this thing called laundry. And one of the things that usually slips through the cracks, if not one of a pair, is socks. And so me as a Texan that wears Hey Dudes, exactly. I wear Hey Dudes throughout the day. And so wearing them for 12 hours straight kind of is not.
It's like Crocs. It's like Crocs.
You disgust
not applicable.
me.
You really shouldn't wear Hey Dudes
Hey
without
dudes.
socks.
Yeah,
Unless they're the right Hey
okay,
Dudes.
but of all the shoes,
Crocs.
Hey Dudes
Crocs.
are the second most acceptable.
No,
Next to Crocs.
I wouldn't accept you.
What
then.
is the second most acceptable shoe?
There
to
is
wear,
none.
to wear
unless
without
another
socks?
plastic
Well,
shoe.
people wear those Yeezy slides without shoes, and then you see
Those
their
are slides,
dogs
they're
through
not
like
shoes.
cages, and it looks all weird.
Are slide shoes? Are flip flops shoes?
No, let's go back to your point where
No,
you
no,
said
no.
Why are we
it's
questioning
acceptable
reality?
shower
Why are we
thoughts.
questioning
Time
what
out.
is and
No,
isn't?
Shower thoughts.
you don't get a shower thought because you just said it was acceptable to not wear socks and still wear. Shut up, and not wear
The computer told us what time it was.
Hey Dudes, or that you could wear Hey Dudes
It's 6
without
o'clock.
socks. That is diabolical.
I'm just thinking. Well, technically, you could wear any shoe without socks. There's nothing stopping you from doing it.
Me.
That is
look,
fair.
look.
Will.
I wear socks with everything. I don't even wear slides without socks unless I'm going to like the beach.
Michael is a good enough friend that he wouldn't like if you guys are going out on a boys' night and he sees like me walking out of the house without. He has actually told me this before. I walked out of the house wearing shoes without socks, specifically Hey Dudes, and he was like,
right back in.
"Go put on socks." And I was like, "What are you, my mother?" And he was like, "No, go put on socks." There was like no conversation. It was just like, okay.
That's disgusting.
It really
You
is
Wear
disgusting.
socks
But
to
yes,
have
you
a
should.
layer in between your shoe. Not you should. You shall.
You shall.
I will.
And well, it protects
beat
your
you
feet
if
from
you
getting.
don't.
It protects you from getting sick.
I know
and all
that because like
Okay, yeah. So then,
he also did gymnastics, so anybody would know it'd be him.
my
I mean,
my
okay,
feet
so I
are the
guess
most
that
important
makes sense,
thing
but
to
like,
me.
wear socks or something. That's a good topic to
Yeah.
talk about.
Yeah, good job,
After
AI.
we finish talking about what business we think we could succeed
I
at.
think a podcast.
I think a podcast is definitely it. Anyways, moving on. YouTube has suggested we talk about our most embarrassing public failures ever.
Most embarrassing public failures.
Yes. It's not like it's super huge because it's like
Most embarrassing.
they're already public.
Failures. Well, no, I'm just like I'm trying to think. Like,
I think I already have mine in mind.
do I have a public failure? Okay, well, then talk about yours and we'll think.
Yeah, I need to think.
So, at our church there's this thing called a youth takeover night, and we do it maybe once a year, where the youth would go up on stage. And at the time, Michael and myself were in high school.
I know.
He
what
remembers
this is.
exactly what I'm talking about.
Yes.
And our worship pastor was kind of specifically with Michael and myself helping us like learn like, hey, teaching Michael how to music direct, operate Ableton, run tracks, all this like make tracks. And she was teaching me like, playing bass, understanding, stage presence, stage etiquette, stage posture. I remember the time that she got on to me about having a lollipop in my mouth on stage. I remember the time that she was like, "Is that gum in your mouth?" It's yeah. I had a lot of work. It took a lot of work for me to be a socially acceptable human being in the presence of, trying to magnify the praise of the Lord. But anyways, we're walking on stage. We're ready. We're getting ready. Like, this is like 2 minutes before we start our service. And our worship pastor, being the jack of all trades that she is, sets up a MIDI pad, like a little, MIDI controller for the tracks, stretched out from the computer at the back of the stage to the front of the stage where she can fire them while she's playing and singing at the front of the stage. Because Michael at the time was in the drum cage and we didn't have a MIDI that stretched all the way over there or a cable for that. Recently we ran Ethernet over there and just adapted Ethernet to USB and then etc. But we didn't have that. And so it's just stretched across there, and me being me, happy-go-lucky me, I find a way to walk across the stage, and all you hear is ba-dump. And not only have I tripped over the cord, but I have launched the MIDI controller across the stage back towards the back of the stage by tripping on it right before we start our set.
It was supposed to be a foolproof plan. Like, she would just set it there, and all she had to do was push one button, and it would basically set up everything minus, like, having to switch songs. But the one button did everything.
Yeah.
And Dalen undid the button.
Yeah, so once you disconnect a MIDI controller from Ableton, you have to remap it. Yeah. Every single time, which isn't like the biggest deal because you shouldn't be able to do that. But the plan was foolproof; it just wasn't Dalen proof. Which was
if there's one thing that Dalen will somehow manage to mess up every time, it's foolproof plans.
Yep.
Yeah, foolproof plan. Meet Dalen.
Yeah, that was
pretty.
It was okay
bad.
Because all she had to do was just go back to the computer and push it, but it took time out of the transition to do
definitely. That. It definitely put a little bit of a speed bump in our plans. I think that's a perfect description of that.
Yeah.
A little speed bump. A little boop.
And you were already going 90 miles an hour.
Yeah. No, I was like speed walking across the stage. That MIDI control, I thought I like shattered it. I'm not going to lie. I didn't even look at it. I was petrified. Like, I thought I had stage fright before that. I couldn't move that whole set. That was the most robotic I've ever been on a stage in my entire life, and it was terrifying.
Yeah, that was also the first time that I was MDing on that stage.
Yep.
It was my first night.
Yep. Leave it.
And I didn't have a MIDI that would work.
Leave it to the childhood friend to step in and make things interesting. We all learned a lot that day. I learned stage awareness. Yeah. For sure. The hard way. And made everybody else learn it with me. Because you know what they say, all for one, one for all. No, it was pretty bad. But no, I think we walked away from that pretty good. I will say, like, even now, I don't really know how how she was able to like handle that and keep like a sane posture. And then go up and like where's that? I don't even remember impressive.
Seeing it. I remember hearing it because I was up there too, and I turned back and it was on the ground, and then I just looked at you and I just shook my head. I think it's the only.
I felt like Naruto
response.
Uzumaki for a second there, what? Like in the first part of the series. It's like everybody's looking at him.
Oh
yeah. I was like,
yeah. I don't think I have any.
It's bad.
Public embarrassing moments that I can remember because I do my absolute best to avoid.
I can think of one.
Avoid those. What?
I can think of one. So Tim used to have long hair, guys, for a long time. And so he shows up to this place that we like to eat at. It's an Italian restaurant after cutting his hair short. And he reveals his haircut. But not only does he reveal his haircut, he reveals his hair without a hat for the first time in like
that was the first
year
time
and a half.
I've ever seen you without a hat.
Yeah. And it was...
I don't know if that was so much public embarrassment.
Okay, it wasn't the first time my hair was long. It was the second time my hair got really, really long. That was the second time that my hair got really long. The first time that like everybody found out on like a Sunday, but that time I guess it was also
It was
a
Sunday.
Sunday, but we had church. After church, I went and got my hair cut, and then we met at the Italian restaurant. And I didn't have a hat or anything. I just walked in without my hat, and literally the moment I walk in, the building, the entire there's 20 people at this table that we have. And all 20 of them just start cheering and clapping for me the moment I walk in the building. And so everybody in the building starts looking at me.
Yeah.
Everybody.
Yeah.
I thought, that was, you've got to be kidding me. Did people think it was a surprise party? Did people think I was a celebrity? I don't know. Frankly, I don't want to know.
I'm now thinking about
forget
this.
that.
I'm not thinking about this. I was like, oh yeah, it's not an embarrassing story. I wasn't the person behind the embarrassment.
I remember that day so well.
Because
I
chose
thought
to forget about it.
I thought I was the one that was like not like just past being fashionably late to where it's just like embarrassingly late. And it's just like, oh, everybody's looking at me. And then I don't remember who said it, but somebody was like, everybody clap for Tim. And I was like,
did you say
deflection?
I definitely did not.
I don't remember.
I
Somebody
started.
queued up to
I
clap.
Gladly went along with it.
I'm
I
gonna be
wouldn't have started
honest.
it.
I think it was our youth pastor's wife.
I think it was
I
Miss
no,
Jeanette.
you're right. I think it was.
That's crazy.
Because I remember her being like the loudest about it and her being the most shocked about it. And it also feels something that's very on brand for her.
Like
doesn't
dabbing anytime past 2014. And to this day, she
my
still
goodness.
does. It's
Yeah.
pretty extreme.
You know what's crazy? So, Bella's Quince, we were taking family photos, and me and Mac were like, "Oh yeah, just do like a silly pose." Mac's camera was the main focus, and then I was like capturing side angles, and then we had like a couple of silly poses, and then Miss Jeanette just starts dabbing out of nowhere.
Really, I didn't see her dab. It's
I
probably
saw
a
it.
good thing.
She does it
I
every
would've
time.
stopped
Every
the
time.
music.
Every time.
Well, no, it was outside. It was out on the balcony, so you
Oh,
wouldn't
yeah,
you
yeah,
wouldn't
yeah,
see it
yeah.
from
The
inside.
funniest thing
Was
is
it
like,
Milwaukee?
No. This was while we were serving dinners.
Oh, when they were. Yep.
Mhm.
Okay. Yeah.
the funniest thing is like, she's so like off the mark and like a funny way, but like our youth pastor is so off the mark in like a cool way, if that makes sense.
What?
Like,
no, I think
and-
it's also funny.
No, it's funny, but like it's more like, oh, that's cool. Like that's sick. You can do
No,
that.
he
You can
said
do like an
6'7".
old fashioned salsa.
No, he said 6'7". He's on my list.
He started spinning on the floor during the surprise
Yeah,
dance.
that was funny.
Sick.
Okay, that was sick. He
He
still
did,
said
like-
6'7".
Started
Straight up
break dancing.
Yeah, street breakdancing.
He still said 6'7". He's on
Yeah.
my list.
Okay, but they both started saying 6'7".
I know.
And whose fault is that? I told y'all not to
MJ.
explain it to her.
Hey, Loki made me think of the
No,
time.
that was her son.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Loki made me think of the time where there's this episode of Family Guy where it's like Cleveland's like, someone bringing a piece of cardboard from the street, and like he starts breakdancing on it, and there's like staples all over it.
I don't know. I've never
So
seen it.
random,
Never
but it's
watched Family
funny.
Guy in my life.
No. No.
YouTube Shorts has cursed me.
I have two comfort shows, and that's New Girl and Bob's Burgers.
Naruto Shippuden and Brooklyn Nine-Nine.
No, the Naruto isn't a comfort show for me. It's a good show, but it's not a comfort show. A comfort show is one that I'll go back to any time that I'm just like, I need a good laugh right now.
That's fair.
I don't watch shows
Jujutsu Kaisen.
or movies.
Jujutsu Kaisen's always funny.
I don't know. The only anime I've seen is Naruto.
I
And Yu-Gi-Oh! Is an
Well, he's the
anime
one that showed me Jujutsu Kaisen. Him and his
I
partner
don't
watch more
watch.
anime than I do.
yeah, but I don't watch like.
No, he doesn't watch shows.
Shows.
He watches anime, but it's also really cool because the
And
anime
even
he
then, I
watches
don't
always has
watch
like
it. I've
Also
actually
watch
gotten
Angel's Death.
recently into. I
Is
think
it the
it's
one you told
Kaguya
me?
something?
Something,
Love
something.
Is, Love
Yeah.
is War, or something like that.
I think that's what you.
That's
told
pretty
me.
funny. I will say the pilot episode or like the first episode, it's absolutely hilarious. It's sort of like very little slice of life, but it's mostly comedy and romance. But the romance part is the comedy. It's not like it's not like rom-com where like it's cheesy and whatnot. This is just legitimately funny.
Interesting.
So the whole premise of the show is or the whole premise of the anime is that a couple, whoever is the one to like say, "Will you go out with me?" is the one that gets dominated the entire relationship, or like gets ruled over. And that was the whole thing, that Love is War. So it's starring these two like really high prestigious students.
So like as a character in that show, your goal is to want to go out with the person that you want to go out with, but you can't be the one
You
to
can't
say
be the one to say it.
knowing that you just get bullied pretty much.
Yeah.
That's
It's
wild.
funny. It's hilarious.
That's an
Because
interesting concept.
both the students that is our main focus, they have huge prides. So they actually take it really seriously. And the narrator is absolutely hilarious. There's this one scene that is like at the very beginning of the episode, and it's like, oh yeah, these are our two like main focuses or whatever. And like there's like a little moment that happens between them, and then he's like, all right, we're gonna skip past 6 months because nothing really happens. It's so off guard.
That's so real.
Exactly. And so I would say it's Kaguya something. You can search up Love is War and you'll find it.
Every time you say Kaguya, I go back to thinking about Naruto Shippuden.
Okay. But I will say, like, if you're wanting to watch something new, that's a really funny anime. It's like a little bit of slice of life, like a very tiny bit, because like you get to see their portions of like their day.
Yeah.
But mostly it's the comedy behind it. It's so much fun.
I think I have a couple of shows on my watch list that I need to get through. I have a bunch of movies. I've thought about getting Apple TV Plus because I want to watch Ted Lasso really, really bad.
Okay.
Because Ted Lasso looks really interesting. I always see clips of it. I'm like, I would enjoy the heck out of this show.
Oh, yeah.
But I just, haven't gotten around to getting it or anything. I have movies that are on there. But anyways, okay, so talking about shows and movies. Okay, so for nostalgic purposes, there's this game that I used to play growing up, okay, called Hot Shots Golf, okay? And it's literally like an arcade golf game. It is so fun. It's so silly and wacky. And anyway, so they came out with a new version of that. And so I've been playing that. And it got me thinking about, like, nostalgic games and TV shows that, like, because everybody kind of grows up with, like, different ones. And, like, we're only a few years apart, but I still feel like there's a chance that we grew up with, like what is nostalgic to us. Like, I think I was past the age of, like, Team Umizoomi being, like, nostalgic for me.
I remember watching
but
a
I feel
couple
like
episodes.
it would maybe be nostalgic for y'all's generation.
I don't think Team Umizoomi was fire because of the content. I just, the pure nostalgia, I'm not going to lie.
Yeah, I
I
don't
will
have
say
nostalgia with that.
The
I
OG
only
Thomas the
watched a
Tank
couple.
Engine, dude. I used to watch that on one of those little like laptop DVD players everywhere I went.
That doesn't
And it
bring me
was I think
nostalgia.
honestly I rotated through like the same 3 CDs, but I was so stupid as a kid. I didn't even know the difference. I was like, yeah.
No, what brings me nostalgia is there's a show called Word World.
I remember World.
Everything in the world was made up of
words.
letters.
Yeah.
So if there was a duck, the D was tiny as the head. The U, C, it was like all bigger, right? Or
Yeah.
like pig,
I
whatever.
remember that.
Word World was fire.
Dog.
Land Before Time.
Dog was fun.
Land Before Time is not nostalgic, but it is fire. I love it. I did watch
Littlefoot.
quite a few of the movies.
Littlefoot.
Little
I
Peep in the Big
remember
Wide World.
watching the
That's
original
nostalgic.
Blues Clues,
Dude. Yes.
like with Green
Yeah.
Steve.
We just got a letter.
That was pretty fun.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, but that's like core. Like
remember-
nostalgia to me almost feels like unlocked memories. that you
Yeah, that's
forget
fair.
about, right?
Fair.
So,
I
like,
think Blues Clues is
Super
more.
Y is a
Super
little
Y?
nostalgic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Blues Clues is too core.
Yeah.
You know.
guess.
There's some other. Oh, like Wow Wow Wubsy.
Yo,
Wow Wow
that's
Wubsies.
was
that's
sick. I love
nostalgic.
that.
That's nostalgia. For
Why
me.
did it
Speaking
stop?
of, we just got a letter though. Keep commenting. I'm doing my best to reply to everybody's comments because we really do appreciate your support.
Yeah,
But
I
yeah,
don't-
keep
I don't have
keep
it on my
commenting,
phone,
keep
so I don't always see
interacting. We do really enjoy that, and
I'll
we
try when I
appreciate
can
that.
see it.
Because that helps us out, and we really do appreciate that. So
Yeah.
Whoever's-
Share it,
do
too.
yes, we
Yeah,
love
and share.
reacting. I remember when we did our first episode, I felt so bad for this. We did our first episode, but I don't think any of us saw the comments.
Until like a
So we
week
were
later.
starting the
Also-
second week.
Yeah.
Also because that video ended up getting taken down for whatever
Yeah.
reason, YouTube.
So dumb.
But someone got taken down. When we re-uploaded it, we didn't see it by the time we were already recording the second episode. And I made a comment saying, you know, like, oh yeah, we read all your comments about like the ideas of the podcast, like what we should name it, and whatnot. And then I made the joke that there was none. There was actually like
There was
We
like
felt really
comments,
bad. There was like 5 comments.
and I didn't see it, and
We
I
felt
felt
really
so
bad.
Yeah.
We are sorry. All of those that did comment. I don't know what some of the comments meant. But yeah, no, we really do appreciate
it
the
was
comments.
really nice to see that, especially for our first episode.
Yeah.
I wasn't expecting as much of
that was a
reach
lot of
as
engagement. Yeah.
it was a lot of engagement. So thank you guys so much for commenting, and please continue. We do try our best to read all of them.
Yeah, and
Um,
like the more you guys comment, the more it puts us out there, which gives you guys a bigger
Community
a
to
bigger
communicate with.
community. Oh my gosh, a bigger community to engage with, and also lets us do like cool stuff. Like if we say, hey, we're going into next week, we're wanting to do a challenge of like, would you rather? You guys submit comments. That, you know, the more of you guys there are, especially the more of you guys there are commenting,
Mm-hmm.
the more likely we are able to make a video with that because we have enough, you know, questions. and
Yeah,
stuff
to
like
go
that.
through everything.
So I think I really do appreciate everybody that comments. We appreciate you guys very much.
Yes.
Ad break over.
Mm-hmm.
All right. What else is nostalgic? I'm trying to think of other TV shows. I can't.
I mean, I remember watching some like Power Ranger episodes, but like I never watched the entire series.
Oh, that's too core for me. For me, that was my whole personality growing up.
Yeah,
So
no joke.
I watched
Nah.
all of Power Rangers Samurai maybe 10
Yes,
times
I was
over.
gonna say, what's the best Power Ranger series? Power Ranger Samurai.
I
Samurai
don't
all
know
Okay,
if
I
it's
will
the
say the
best, but
Dino
it's the one I
one was
grew up
pretty
with.
cool.
no,
too.
Samurai was
Which
the best
Dino?
by
I
far.
think there were 2 Dino ones. There
Was
was
there
Dino
2 Dino
Force
ones?
and there was like Dino Jungle.
When anybody
Dino
looks
Force.
no,
at
Jungle Fury. That's
like
what I'm thinking. Jungle
all
Fury
the
was fun.
samurai shows converging, the one everybody recognizes is Samurai because it was peak.
That's fair.
Especially with the blue gold guy that came, the blue gold Samurai Ranger that would like come and go
Oh,
randomly.
The
every
Gold
once in a while.
Ranger.
Like
Yeah.
they gave that show a lot more like structure and lore than they did every
I
other one.
also
which I really did
loved,
appreciate.
and I didn't discover this Power Rangers until after Samurai. I don't know if I saw it on a streaming platform or something, but Time Force. Time Force was lit.
I don't know what that is.
They were
It's
like in the
older.
future, and yeah, it is older than
Older.
Samurai. But
Mm-mm.
Like
No.
a lot older.
okay, so
Like
I
it's
did-
almost like the mechanical one where they're all like in like a base. Have you seen that one? The old one where it's like
Are you talking about the original, the Mighty Morphin?
Yeah.
Okay, so I was just about to bring that up. The 2 movies I've watched maybe most in my entire life, and it's just because I've rewatched them over and over and over as a kid, was Mighty Morphin Power Rangers, Secret of the Ooze, I think it was called. And the bad guy was like this purple guy. He used ooze, like this weird like goo to control everybody's mind or
I think
something.
I remember that one.
Dude,
Secret
you're
of the Ooze
going
is a
insane.
fire.
I don't remember that.
Yeah,
one.
I love that movie. And then I also
They were all on Netflix for a while.
Power Rangers Turbo was fire.
That's
I
the
loved
one I'm
that
thinking
movie.
of.
The-
Yeah.
with the cars.
Yes.
Yeah,
Mm.
that one was awesome.
I don't know
That's
if
an
you
older
guys
one.
remember this one, but I remember watching it a bunch on Nickelodeon. Max and Ruby.
Dude,
Yeah,
that
Remember watching
intro
that one?
song
that's pretty nostalgic.
Max
is
and
still
Ruby.
stuck in my head. Ruby and Max.
Ruby and
do-do-do-do-do.
I don't know how y'all
Doo.
remember that song, but
It's only 2
What else
words.
It's literally just Max and Ruby over and over
He
again.
was doing the
The melody.
I don't
Okay, that's just how my
remember
brain
that.
works. I remember the
What
melody
other-
before I remember the lyrics.
What
I
other
But-
remember watching
nostalgic-
that.
Another side note for channel stuff while we're figuring that
nostalgic
out.
early 2000s
Proof. We are
shows.
working on shorts for you guys. We're just learning. Well, I'm still
No,
learning.
You're still learning Final Cut.
I'm good at making short form content on short form content platforms, but I need to actually do it professionally because we're trying to give you guys good quality stuff. So we're making it on Final Cut. We're trying to import their correct audios without getting sued. So it's in progress. We're just a little bit longer.
Okay,
Yeah.
I found a couple. I found a
What?
couple. And both of these, I don't ever remember watching at home. I only remember watching them for hours at like Boys and Girls Club. Do y'all know what Boys and Girls Club is?
Nope.
No, that sounds.
Do y'all have a Boys and Girls Club up here? I'm sure there's one somewhere. Oh, well, I just said where we're at.
Boys and Girls Club?
Boys and Girls Club. Yeah,
All
okay,
right.
it's like an after-school
Guys,
club
you can join a
program.
club if you're a boy or a girl.
It's an
That's
listen.
just a gathering.
Boy Scouts
of
question mark?
kids.
Listen, it's an
Boy Scouts question mark?
Sounds
no,
like
no.
school.
It's an after-school program. Essentially, it's like you just go, like the bus takes you there instead of home because like you don't have parents at home because they're either still working or something like that because school would
Boy
be out.
Scouts.
Nah, because when I think of Boy
It's
Scouts,
Boy
I'm thinking
Scouts.
about going
Is it Boy
outside tying
Scouts?
knots.
Dude, the only Boy Scouts thing I ever did was we got dropped off after school at another campus. I think it was the middle school campus, and we made macaroni necklaces. And my dad was like, "This
Homie,
is kind
I
of
think that
stupid."
was a Boys and Girls Club.
No, it was it was Boy Scouts. I remember seeing the Boy
There's
Scouts
no
of
way that
America
that's
thing on
Boy
there.
Scouts.
That's why I never liked Boy Scouts. I was like, "This is stupid."
That is not a real Boy Scouts. Anyways,
Yeah, when I
okay.
think of Boy Scouts, I'm thinking of
Hey, we
something
were
similar to
poor.
what we have, like Royal Rangers.
That doesn't
except
change
not
what
Christian
Boy
bound.
Scouts is.
well,
Yeah, well, that's exactly what
if the
Yeah.
Boy
is.
Scouts like troop can't afford to go anywhere but a school campus, then they're gonna meet on a school campus.
Anyways,
That's a Boys and Girls Club,
yeah,
and even then, I don't know
anyways,
what that is.
so it's an after school program. It was usually this one was held at. It was kind of like a rec center, which has since been torn down because
Oh,
How did I find that out? Oh, I was using Google Maps and I went to where I used to live. Anyways, it was kind of like a rec center, like next to and attached to this this school campus. And so we would go, and there was like this one area that had computers and a TV, and you know, it was essentially a computer room, I guess. But there was a couch, TV, there was another TV, so we'd play GameCube on one TV. The other TV had stuff playing. And then all the computers we would play stuff on. There was like this car game we would play. Like, what was it called? I can't remember what it was called, and I've been looking for it for. Oh, there were two games we would play. We played Zapper, which is like. Do you know what Zapper is? Do you know what Zapper is?
I can think of it based off of name.
It's a grasshopper that can zap things, like electricity, and you have to go through the levels, like running around collecting eggs or something.
Was this on cool?
That's a
Math or
billion-dollar
something?
idea
it's
if
not
I've
a cool
ever
math,
heard
but
one.
It's a, and then there was also like an open world dirt bike game we would play. I can't remember what that one's called. And then there was one. It
I
was like
playing
GTA but
Halo
for kids.
3.
Yeah, like GTA, but
I
for
was
kids.
playing-
So not GTA. 'cause
No,
the name of the
obviously
game
not.
When I
is a
was in
crime.
school, I was playing like a free version of Minecraft that we found, which was an actual version of Minecraft, but it was only land based. Like you couldn't
Yeah,
like
there's
make an
no water.
online world.
That's kind of wild.
I remember
No, not
exactly what you're
land,
talking
not
about. Well, how
land
old were
based.
you?
I mean LAN,
Oh, land as in local.
like local. Yeah.
Yeah.
We couldn't do anything online. I was like
Oh, yeah.
6 or 7.
Dude,
This
the
was
one,
back in
I would-
elementary.
the
I
one
do
we
that in, like,
found was
7th
only
grade.
didn't have water. You couldn't put water in there, and there was no creative mode.
That was not
No,
Minecraft.
not my Minecraft. No.
No, it wasn't
We
like
had-
an actual Minecraft.
We
I
had
do
actual
remember-
Minecraft, and then we had a file version of Halo 3.
Yes,
And we would mess around with Halo
Well,
3 all the
Was
time.
playing Halo
I remember
3
that
as
closer
a
to
6 or
high school.
7-year-old.
I remember that closer to high school. No, but what I do remember though, I remember if like in 1st and 2nd grade, if you had Minecraft Pocket Edition, it doesn't matter if you were a nerd.
Oh, I
a
was
jock,
cool as crap.
You were the coolest kid on campus.
Bro,
by
your
far.
I
parents
can
let
still
you
download it
spend
on my
$8
phone.
bucks
$8
on
bucks
Minecraft?
on Minecraft Pocket Edition,
It was
dude.
$8?
Yeah.
Yeah,
What the
seven.
heck?
nine-
When it
Don't you
first
remember
came
that?
out.
It was $10 for me. It was $9.99. But
Oh no, when it first came out, it was like $8.
anyways, okay. So
I also remember playing the version of I don't remember what it was called, but it was a bootlegged version of Minecraft, and it would start off with like this person like waking up on the beach, and like it's like a camera that surrounds.
Yeah, no,
you.
I
It's
remember
like,
exactly what you're talking about.
like some pirates like left you or whatever,
Yeah.
and you have to like make your end goal is to make a boat to like leave the island, but like no one could ever make it.
Yeah,
to
nobody
do
can make
that.
it because they never finished
They
the
never finished
game.
the game.
That was
It
the
was
funniest
so
part. Is like
funny.
you'd finally get the free time in your
I need to
free
show you a
period of the
video.
We
day.
have very different childhood
Dude.
No, I
experiences.
remember
Well, yeah,
watching
there's like a
this.
4-year age gap.
Anyways, so
I'll show you afterwards.
so on the GameCube we would play Mario Kart Double Dash. And
Y'all
I
had
crushed,
Mario Kart,
by the way. Yeah, well, you had a GameCube.
bro.
And then but
Oh,
no,
we're
so on the
bougie.
TV, two things would play. Higglytown Heroes. I probably don't know what that is. That one might be too old. Higglytown
that
Heroes. It was like
one.
you know the like Russian nesting dolls? Everybody
Mhm.
in the show was a Russian nesting doll.
Ew.
So,
Oh,
like,
I like that one.
Weird off-brand Russian Teletubby.
No. What? What does that have to do with Teletubbies? No,
I
like,
thought
I don't
the doll, like the things that go inside of each other. I thought that was a Russian thing.
that's a Russian nesting doll.
Yeah, Russian nesting.
What does
doll.
that have to do with Teletubbies?
Like Teletubbies are like they their own characters, but it's
No,
like
it was
Russian
nothing like Teletubbies. No, it was. I don't know. I think it fits in the same type of show category as like Handy Manny. Kind of. And then the other one was Roly Poly Oly. Do y'all know what Roly Poly Oly
I don't
is?
know
I
what that
remember
one
it.
is. That one sounds
I remember the
weird.
name.
They were robots, but they could roll around.
No, I don't
Roly
know that
Poly
one.
Oly.
Roly Poly Oly.
Roly Poly Oly. That was his name. Whoa. Sorry, I'm checking my phone during a podcast. But I just got
Survival
something-
Craft. That's what it was
Yes.
called. This is what it was. This
Yes!
is the intro.
Yes. Yep, and the mobs will like
And the
attack you.
mobs
This
are
is so weird.
It's
The
so
mobs are so
good.
aggressive.
And like that's your character. Yeah, the intro
That's
video.
so
It
weird.
was like, "Wow, why are you leaving me?" And then like it's the narrator saying like, "Oh, I guess you gotta like craft this boat or whatever." It was so cool.
They made a survival craft too,
That's actually kind of
Stop
sick.
now.
bro.
Okay, well, moving on from kids'
Dude,
TV
wait.
shows because you know
Remember the
absolutely
application
I
icon?
don't, yeah, I don't think we're
Look
on
at
the
the third
same
video. Look at the.
we're not
look
on
at-
the same
yeah, that's
page
the
at all.
application icon. Remember that?
Oh my goodness, I remember that.
Yeah, we're not on the same wavelength in terms
Okay,
of nostalgia.
but since we were talking about like your school gaming stuff again, I don't know. I mean, I was just playing Halo 3 and Minecraft when I was like in elementary. We stopped doing that once we hit middle school because we were making bombs. So, segueing into school stories.
What a great
Um,
segue.
so-
We were making bombs.
So, I don't remember what it's probably episode 2
Heard
or something
Oppenheimer.
like that. But like I
used to.
lightly went over my school mishaps or whatever.
Mishaps.
So,
You were basically
My
a terrorist.
misadventures.
Making a bomb.
You were
This is way bigger
basically
than
a
mishap.
warlord terrorist because the government wouldn't come after you.
9/11's just, oops, I hit the tower.
my misadventures. Okay, so
Not a misadventure.
I went to like I would say a bougie high school, but we were
It's
very
bougie.
much
They
not
had Pizza Hut and
bougie.
Subway.
Yeah, it had its own food people, and actually, my first year, I would only go to one line at lunch, and it was so like for each line that we had at our school, we had like different food genres. So like this line would be American, this
Yeah.
line would be Hispanic, this is Italian, this
Yes.
is
This line was the
Now, that's
same
a
thing at
little
my every
extra, but
every
yes.
single
And
line
then,
was
like,
the
a
same thing
burger
at my
line.
school. Every single line was the same thing.
No, we had 2 lines that were the same thing, and then we had like a more kind of
We got our privileges taken away from eating in the
School was that?
cafeteria for half of my time at that school.
So anyway, my only line that I went to was the Italian line because they couldn't make up what was in the food. They had to make it in front of you. Like they were literally like skilleting the sauce together with the meat that you chose, and they would make your pasta right in front of you. It was so good.
That's your quarter Italian
like,
coming out.
Oh yeah, it's not a bougie school.
It's not.
That's your quarter Italian
We
coming
just
out.
had good stuff, and we knew how to take care of it. my bad that my school, like, if our principal was like on the ground, we would actually help them up and not steal their kicks.
No, they,
We'll tell that story in a
they
minute.
stole his loafers
So-
and beat him with
We'll tell
them.
that story in a minute.
So, but no, that was my little lunch area. I would say that's the only thing bougie about my school was the food.
Be
I
careful,
actually
your
enjoyed
Mario
my
is showing.
food.
Yeah.
And plus we had like our own student cafe that would actually make food, and then like some other
Not
like
bougie at all, right?
smaller like food stuff.
Yeah.
Like we had a Subway line like once a week, or it
Yeah,
would
that's
swap
insane.
between like Subway and Chick-fil-A.
Yeah, that's bougie.
They would come to our
The
school
best
to do
food
That's so
stuff.
bougie.
I ever
Um,
had.
We also had coffee, which was so good. We had coffee, both from the student cafe and Starbucks at our
That's
school.
not bougie at all. That's not bougie. I don't know what you're
No.
talking about.
Our school wasn't bougie. We just had good food, and we knew to take care of our food. We're not gonna be like that school over there that we have to like work our way
The best
through.
food I ever had was when the culinary teacher my sophomore year had leftover frozen French fries and beef patties and decided, oh, you made me a display table for our pastries this year at our fundraiser in woodworking class. Okay, I'll make you a nice burger. It was a really good burger.
Oh.
That was the
No,
best food I
That's
had.
the only
kinda
thing
wild.
that was bougie about my school was the food and drinks. Other than that, it's probably similar to what other high schools had, except for one thing. I was a nerd in school.
Everybody in
Was?
that school was a nerd.
Was
Still is a nerd.
Is.
was
Is.
and
I is a nerd.
I was-
Are.
I wasn't so much like a kiss up to the teachers, but like I did what they said,
Yeah.
and they were
Yes, he
cool
was.
with me. I was cool back with them. There was this teacher, shout out Mr. Murdoch, absolutely amazing teacher. The first assignment of the year was to make a like a meme about his name, because his name was Matthew Murdoch, as in Daredevil.
Yeah.
Which is funny. But the first assignment was to like make something up with his name, and someone, I don't think it was from my class, which was sad, but it was from some other class, and his name was Murglock. And they drew a picture of a Glock, and he was like, I don't think I can actually put this up in like my
Bro.
in my classroom, but I'll put it up in my house.
If somebody
It
did
was
that at my
so
school,
cool.
they would have searched the whole classroom.
They probably would have.
That's because we knew how to hide our stuff. There was kids in our school that would like do drugs. We just knew how to hide it.
Well, yeah, but also his everybody who goes to his school is like wannabe ghetto.
No, some of them are actually ghetto. It's just whenever the wannabe ghetto kids meet with the ghetto kids, they
Ghetto
get
kids
makes it worse.
jump on.
Yeah.
no, yeah, they get pummeled
They get
in the
pummeled.
hallway, and you're just
Um,
like, "Do you need a hand
what?
up?"
Yeah, the thing is like
Are
your
you
class
okay?
is being funny, right? With the Glock
Mhm.
thing. His whole class wants
Mine
to
would have
own
been threats.
Glocks.
Mine would have been a
Yeah.
threat, and they're not even
No.
good at hiding. You're right, because my senior year they found an AR-15 in the trash can.
That's crazy.
I didn't know that one.
But so we did a bunch of like experiments. One of the ones that I did when I was like a freshman was making an actual working amputee leg for a dog. That was really fun.
He always flexes his
What?
cool school projects.
It was because
It's not a bougie school.
we had good stuff and we had good students that wouldn't mess it up for the
At
rest
my
of the
old
You know
school.
what freshmen would do? You know what freshmen would do in every other school? Dissect a cat.
frag. Yeah.
Dude,
Oh, I did that too, but
I never got
that
to
was
do
for
that.
science.
I never got to do
Nobody made amputee legs for dogs.
I made a Raspberry Pi that was a
that. Dude,
camera.
I love Raspberry Pis.
in one
Sorry,
of my,
that was a camera?
yeah.
No, he
I
didn't
made
make
a
the Raspberry Pi into a camera. He attached the camera to the Raspberry Pi board, and he just
program the board
programmed
to
the
do
board.
whatever I needed to
That's
do.
what Raspberry Pis are.
Yeah,
the
my
blank
Raspberry Pi's
boards.
little mini computers.
You don't know what a Raspberry Pi is?
No, I thought you were talking about a real pie.
No, Raspberry Pi is like a really, really small computer.
I can't with you.
Anyway, so one of the ones that we did when I went
No,
over
Raspberry
my
Pi actually
story
made a
was
computer.
blowing up a classroom.
Like
Now,
computer.
YouTube. No one was injured, and I didn't blow up a physical classroom. I blew up a little section of a tile, okay? YouTube.
It wasn't
One
a
square
bomb.
foot.
It
Now,
wasn't a bomb.
at
Now,
my
technically,
school,
the chemical reaction would have been. But,
It was not a
so
bomb.
we were at war with the chem kids. I was a physics kid. I love physics. And we were at war with the chem kids. Chem kids sucked.
It's not a bomb. We were at war. You want to get our channel suspended.
No. But we were at war with the chem kids. We hated them, okay? Just as much as they hated us. What's funny is I ended up dating a chem kid.
That's crazy.
That's
Yeah,
wild.
yeah. Millie was a chem kid.
Was David a chem kid? David had to be a physics kid.
David was physics with me. That's because I brought him.
That's
into
why we
physics
get
with me.
along.
I also brought him into physics too, and I said you can drop out whenever you want. I just wanted to take physics too. We didn't have enough students to like actually open up the class, so Mr. Murdoch even said, "Please, all of you guys, sign up for physics too. If you want to drop out, you're more than welcome to. You could drop out in the first week." But I just really want to teach.
And David is that guy where he's just like, yeah, I'll do it.
Yeah, and it was actually really fun.
I feel like his high school was like really similarly structured to college.
Yeah, no, it is.
No,
They
100%.
literally take college
It was
courses.
That's so
It
wild.
was
That's like
college, basically.
It basically
No,
was
but
a mini college
Well,
campus.
no, I understand like the level of the class. Like,
And the crazy part is the college campus on the road, they had better food than them.
Yeah.
Well, yeah.
But anyway, so we stole from the chem kids. We needed to do an experiment to do with physics, and we needed
Terrorism, theft,
we needed we were doing like
murders
the
next.
you know, like the rugby cars or whatever, like the wooden cars that you would like
Pinewood Derby cars?
kind of like that. Yeah. But we were gonna be going over angular physics, like angular velocity and whatnot.
Oh, yeah.
But we needed the car to go fast, and we couldn't rely on human inadequacy. Like,
Okay.
maybe this person pushed it harder than this time. So we wanted to
Okay.
control every single time. But our school didn't have the budget to like have a fully built ramp system. So we built our own ramp.
Okay.
And to ignite it, we were trying to find something, and we were like, we hate the chem kids anyway, so let's just steal from them. So we stole from the, I can't incriminate anybody, but we stole from the chem kids their closet,
Okay.
and we took potassium because they had an abundance of that, and potassium. Raw potassium. So potassium is a very, very reactive element when mixed with water. Now, we didn't know how reactive it would be, so we decided to test it on a cubic block. And probably wasn't the best idea, so we strapped it to the back of the derby car, and we poured water on it. The tile instantly turned black.
And the funniest part
The car did go, though.
is I know what you
We
guys
measured it.
did have to work with. The choice to steal from the chem kids was out of spite because I know you guys had the Lego what is it, Lego Mindstorm whatever stuff, and you could have easily just made a push start with the little rotary motor.
Yeah.
Could have chose not to.
Chose not
They
to.
chose not to out of
Also,
spite.
It would have been easier to calculate at that small velocity. So you wanted something to like actually challenge ourselves.
Oh, so you chose with bomb making.
Yeah, pretty much.
But it was fun.
It was fun.
There was another.
Was this senior year
Was it
whenever
building a
we were
bomb?
comparing
I was just
explosions?
Curious.
No,
I think it was
No,
because
this was
I told you.
junior year.
Was it?
this was
Because I
junior,
told you
because
senior year about how they
in-
blew up the classroom.
in physics 2, that was all like light, electricity.
Yeah, no, you told me that. Yeah.
So it was physics 1.
Yeah.
Another story, same classroom. Again, Mr. Murdoch, you are the best physics teacher ever.
He seems pretty
Please never stop teaching physics.
Promoting terrorism.
You are so No, he was such a good teacher. Like if you were slacking, he forgot you. You weren't even part of the classroom anymore.
cool. But that's good
Nice.
teaching.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And he would focus on the people that actually wanted to learn. And dude, we freaking learned. But regardless, one of the projects that we had to do, it was worth like a good majority of our grade. It was go home, watch a Disney movie, prove to me the physics behind it. And it was so fun. I chose
Physics behind a
Cars.
Disney
Oh, I was
movie.
about to say, dude.
So,
I would
like,
hate the kid that
stop.
chose
So,
Meet
like,
the Robinsons.
calculating-
Wait, is that a Pixar
calculating,
movie?
Disney doesn't matter.
Okay.
It as long as it was owned by Disney at some point, it worked.
I hate the kid that chose
One
Meet
of
the
them was
Robinsons.
Toy Story. One of the kids chose Toy Story, and it was when Buzz Lightyear was like flying down.
He does the ramp.
Yeah,
That
with the
makes
glide. Yeah. So they calculated the physics behind that, and it was actually pretty spot on. If it was supposed to be what it was, I chose Cars, and I debunked the whole theory of like McQueen going like Mach 1 point something. I did the math behind it, and I think I got like Mach 1.3 or something like
Well, it
that.
depends on what
Based
car you
on
mean.
it was the first movie. Based on the track time of when he like did his laps, I calculated to an average about 1.3 Mach.
Did you include his deceleration whenever he got off the track to
Mhm.
help? Okay.
Everything. No, that was the one thing. Like most classes, if you're gonna do a project, you like half do it because you don't really want to do it. No, in physics class, we were so dedicated to our craft that we found out the acceleration of the credits. When the credits would roll by, we found out the acceleration of the credits.
That's pretty wild.
Okay, well, we're done talking about nerds. Let's get to the stuff people want. I hated being in that school, but we're going to talk about the drama.
Oh yeah.
So, going on, should the explosion or the riot first? What are we talking about?
The riot.
Right.
Riot. We're going to
That's
start
the
off with a
funniest.
banger. So,
well,
do we want to start with
it's
what
not funny.
happened and then my perspective, or my perspective and then what happened?
No, what happened?
What
in your
happened?
perspective.
Okay, So basically, second or third lunch period, it's a pretty big school. There's this principal, they really didn't like him, and so some kids start fighting. He steps in. They make him step down to the floor. They
Step
start
down?
They beat
beating
him
him
up.
up.
Step down.
And they take his shoes, and I think somewhere in my video archive, somewhere on my cloud, I still maybe have a video that one of the seniors sent me of him like taking a girl's wig or weave and like running around the cafeteria for whatever reason. At that point, it was pure chaos. My perspective, I'm in the welding shop, and we were mid project, and we were making good progress on it, and we had to stop for 3.5 hours and just sit there because there was a riot going on, and I lost all the progress I would have gotten that day. I was kind of mad. And then I walk out of the school, same senior that had the girl's wig walks up to me. He's like, dude, that thing was crazy. I was like, what happened? He was like, oh, blah. You know, he kind of informed me because I was in the welding room. I didn't really care what was going on. I kind of just took the opportunity to get up on my, construction certification, etc. And then I say that like I chose to do that. No, my shop teacher, shout out Mr. Fuchs, he beat me into submission to make sure I did my construction certification because he would not put up with my laziness. Kind of needed that.
This is not a real beating like what the principal experienced.
Yeah, no, it's not a real beating. It's
This
just like
is-
that dad look of
motivation.
disappointment. Yeah. So yeah, I did that, and then as we were walking out, there were like 2 helicopters surrounding the school
Yeah. Okay. So
as
this
we were
was
all exiting.
as this happened. I was still like good friends with your sister. So your sister like texted me like later that day, and she's like, "Tim," I was like, "What's up?" She's like, we're still in school, and it's like 3 hours past when you're supposed to get out." And I'm like, "What?" And she was like, "There was a riot at our school today." I'm like, "Define riot." She's like, "Half of the windows in the cafeteria were broken." I'm like, "I'm sorry. Excuse me?" She's like, "Some kids beat up our principal and stole his shoes."
Yeah,
You know what's
I think she sent me
crazy?
screenshots of those messages.
I
You know
was
too.
what's
like,
crazy? I guess our schools are so interconnected. Like, not even 5 minutes
After
after
it
the
started.
riot happened,
Yeah.
we were getting videos.
Yeah, no, we're that close.
'cause
I mean,
y'all
and a
also-
lot of the kids that do go to your school and my school go between the schools at the end of the day for different extracurriculars.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Well, I know a couple of kids that ended up transferring just to your school in general.
yeah, by the end of their
because-
junior year for
yeah.
cheer and whatnot, and
Yeah. But, like, not even 5 minutes after the riot starts, we're, like, getting videos sent to us, and we're like, what are y'all doing?
Yeah.
Like, you're going to be stuck in
It's
that
not even-
school
There
for, like,
was a-
another 3 hours.
yeah, there was a couple other things that happened, like small little like disputes and stuff like that. I think that all the teachers' classrooms I was in for those was Master Chief Clark, Miss Ballier, my A push teacher, best A push teacher on the planet. Yep.
Nah, I had a better A push teacher.
No, you didn't.
Yes, I did.
I promise you didn't.
He was a college
She
professor.
left a college to come teach high school.
He's still currently a college professor
Nobody cares.
I don't
while
think my A
also.
push-
She was awesome. She
I
wore
really
a
like
shark,
my
like
push
one of
teacher.
like the shark costumes for teacher dress up day, and it was awesome. It's peak. Honestly, my A push teacher was the epitome of that cool teacher.
Well, my
Love
problem
her.
with my A push wasn't the teacher, and it was the class, because it's like, for some reason, it was so like, well, all of the history classes, but especially A push, there was no teaching. It was like 15 minutes of a lecture, and then an hour and a half of, okay, now work on the 25-page study guide you have
Nope.
for the next 2 weeks.
Miss Ballier's class
granted,
was so
those-
fun.
No.
Granted, those
Mr.
2
Chatelaine
weeks
was
only
so
5
much
classes because we had a
fun.
block schedule.
Nah, Mr. Chatelaine was so much
Miss
fun. He
Ballier
would
was
come
so
in
fun.
every single day with a different tie. It was so funny.
My AP World teacher
Different
was
tie. That's all you got. That's
No, we had
funny.
more fun than stuff than that. But that was like always the thing. It was like, hey, what tie do you think he's gonna wear today? It was so funny.
My AP
For
World
Halloween.
teacher.
Oh, we had a. Okay, never mind. Sorry.
My AP World teacher, he had ADHD, or as he liked to call it, ADOS, and he would call it attention deficit. Ooh, shiny.
Mhm.
He always had to have something in his hands while teaching, and so initially it started like, I don't know, like maybe a cane or something. He wasn't old, but he just had to have something in his hands. And over the years of teaching, eventually a tradition started. Kids would give him things.
That's funny.
So
To
he
fidget
has
with.
yeah, he has stuff all over his walls. I'm talking like old table legs, old chair legs. Some of the tennis students would give him their old rackets, so I gave him my old racket.
That's funny.
For Halloween, some girl dressed up as like a princess or something, so she had this like, I don't know, kind of like, what is it called? Like
Wand,
a
staff?
Yeah, kind of.
Mhm.
And she like made it from scratch, so she gave it to him, and so that was his favorite one to use, literally for the rest of the year.
That's funny.
But like he always had to have something, and so anytime, he'd be like, "Look, if something ever happens, right? God forbid, something ever happens, come to my room. We all have weapons."
Mhm.
That's funny.
Like, can you imagine just getting ready for the homie at the door? You just have like
Everything.
25 kids with just table legs, just
No. Okay. So another fun one that
baseball
I
bats
had.
too.
My senior, he ended up leaving, which kind of sucked. He was the calculus teacher, or he was like the major maths teacher.
Yeah.
Pre-cal, calculus, calculus BC, whatever high math you want to take, he would
Yeah.
do it for you.
Calc.
But he was known as the prankster in the entire school. So his hallway was always booby trapped with something random. It could be in the ceiling, it could be in the walls, it could be in the doorway. It was always something.
Dude, you had such a cool school.
And it was so funny. There was this
How do
one
you think
time.
I felt? I was
for
sitting outside the
Halloween-
door like, it's bad change, sir. Dude.
For one of them, it was like the spider on a string trick, but he did it so cleverly. From his classroom, he had one of the tiles held to a string, so he could lift the tile in the hallway from his classroom, from his little teaching table.
Yeah.
He could pull on it, then pull on the string for the spider,
Mm-hmm.
and the spider, was like semi big, realistic.
Yeah.
And it was funny because it was right next to the physics teacher or Mr. Murrow's classroom, so we could always like watch from the window.
Uh-huh.
And oh my God, there was this girl. I have no idea what grade she was in. I have not known her, so she was not higher than me. She was probably lower than me. Freshman or sophomore, don't care. They were nerds anyway. Hated them.
This is the upperclassman mentality.
They were so annoying.
Yeah,
They were handed everything on a silver platter, and they still failed.
Well, no, the problem is like, and you realize it's kind of the cycle of life because we probably acted that way as freshmen too. It's like once you become like a junior and stuff, like you realize that freshmen just come into high school thinking they own the place.
Oh yeah.
Literally think they can do whatever they want, thinking that they're cool stuff now because they're in high school, and it's like, bro,
Like
stop,
week 2, they already know their place.
stop.
But there was this girl, like dude, I think she broke her phone or something. I don't know what happened, but like her neck snapped so far back that she fell backwards.
That's hilarious.
And it was so funny, and you could see the teacher laughing in this classroom. Like, oh my lord, it was so
If I
much
were to become a
fun.
teacher, that's the type of teacher I would be for
Oh, yeah.
sure.
And then also my senior year, because I did all my classes, like all my tougher ones junior year. So my
Yeah.
senior year I had like nothing. I
Yeah.
had 2 classes. They're both college classes.
Bro was so laid back. His senior year, he would get into my car and be like, "I had the best nap today."
Dude,
Well, that's
I
I think that's what most seniors year are in high school. The problem is like we just like, for some reason, our generation we just catch senioritis freshman year. And
our
we just
seniors
hate everything.
no, our
before we
seniors are
even get
pretty
there.
different. Their seniors were just trying to graduate high school without dying. My seniors,
Yeah.
we were like, dude, we're like done with school.
I knew I
Can
was
we just
safe
like party?
in the welding shop and the JRTC building, and that's where I would take my naps.
Oh
get
no,
those.
I was
Except for my senior year.
I
My
was a
senior year,
teacher
the JRTC center was like under
Oh no!
siege.
Did that just cut off?
I was a teacher aide for literally like almost all my classes. And then I stopped being a teacher aide because it got
Teacher
annoying
aid is
afterwards.
yeah.
Well, at first I wasn't a teacher aide. I was a AP principal aide. So our school was sectioned into 3 sections: professional, tech, and med towers. And each one of those sections had an AP running that tower.
Yeah.
Now I was a part of tech tower, but I would help in between all 3 of them:
Mm-hmm.
professional, tech, or med, whichever one my class would have landed in, basically. And I would help in between them. But then it got to a point where we were like doing nothing, and we were just bringing our PCs into the meeting room and just playing games. So then I got bored of doing that, and then I went to do teacher aid because I liked some of the teachers, and I actually wanted to help them out with the lower classmen because they sucked.
Yeah.
They were awful. What I mean by these freshmen were given stuff on a silver platter. My freshman year, I had to like fight tooth and nail.
Yeah, we kind
Lone
of had
Star.
the dumbest freshman year because we literally had freshman year. It was like super rough because like it was like that's how school was at the time. And then halfway through our freshman year, it was like COVID, and then they reset the whole school system. And so we were like not only like pioneering the new way to do school, we were also like what happened to everything being hard. It was
Yeah.
a really weird shift. if I'm being
Everything was
honest.
easy. But for freshman year, if you wanted to take dual credit classes as a freshman, you were fighting tooth and nail with Lone Star. It
Yeah.
was such a bad experience. Like, I legitimately remember having to wait until like almost Christmas to get my classes subjugated so I can actually take them. And it took so long. Like,
Yeah.
okay, please, Lone Star, have some sort of AP or something to deal with high school kids or high school credit kids, because it was annoying.
They've
gotten a lot better about it Regardless.
since we graduated.
Well, I
From what I
know
hear.
for this one reason. My senior year, I was talking to some of the freshmen because I was freaking a part of National Honor Society. That's what it was.
Yeah.
NHS. And then Spanish National Honor Society. So I was helping with those kids a lot because I had to like pave the way for them and whatever. But I was like, okay, so what classes are you taking as a freshman? And they're like, oh, this one, this one, this one, this one, this one. They were all college classes. I was like, it's only the 3rd week of school. Are you actually enrolled in those classes? Yeah, we're enrolled. But like, I don't really feel like doing the work. We have like all of the school year to do it. And there's only like this much left. And I was like, are you serious?
That's kind of wild.
And you know what's even funnier? Some of them failed. One of them failed government.
Government's not that hard to fail.
You look at graphs, and they're not even hard graphs.
Well, I mean,
My
I guess
And then
it depends on the
persuasive
government class,
essays.
'cause my government was different than that.
My government I had to push to my senior year because like I couldn't take it because I moved schools and stuff. And my teacher forgot the class existed like 80% of the school year. And so I don't think I ever did any work in there, and I just passed with 100.
No, government was so
I think my government class,
easy.
our teacher got fired or quit or something like 4 weeks into the class.
That's crazy.
So we essentially had to restart over after like 4 weeks.
That's crazy. But no, everything was handed to them on a silver platter, and then they just dropped it so hard. Like literally, I remember me, Christy, Kevin, there was one more. Crap, what was their name? I'm so sorry. I actually just don't remember your name. I feel so bad. But we were all bashing on this AP because she was our one line to Lone Star.
Yeah.
We were at her door every period. You know why? Because we had library the entire time and her office is in the library.
Dang.
So for every single period, we would walk up to her door and harass her to get our stuff done. And then we got to a point where we said, screw you. We're not going through you anymore. We're calling an AP from Lone Star. And it was actually funny. We had a Lone Star AP come to the school to do the woman's job.
Yeah, well, I stuff like that, I don't really trust, like, second sources. I'd rather just, like you said, just call the,
well, the thing is, we weren't supposed to do that.
No,
no,
you're not.
I know you're not, but that's, it's frustrating when...
So, we harassed her so much that a Lone Star AP actually ended up coming to the school and doing the stuff for us.
I will say, I don't know why, you just made me think of, like, my senior year. I shifted from, like, anything, like, any other extracurricular to, like, straight ag. I think senior year I did, like, livestock judging and everything else. And then, like, I think my main friend group, I guess, my senior year was all people in ag. Like, I think we had 2 periods. I think it's second, third, and sometimes fourth and fifth period. All ag classes. So it was, like, I think it's, like, animal health, something like that. And then it was ag, like advanced ag, and then it was welding advanced. So it was 2 periods of welding. And so like 4 of us were together half the day of every day of the week. Yeah. And so we just chilled.
See, this is why I don't think my school's bougie entirely. Hear me out.
If you complain about your AP,
students, no. Our students actually, a majority. Now there were our fair share of troublemakers, and we almost got like a news station called on us because of some stupid stuff. But a majority of the students that went there because they wanted to learn more about either their career choice or just knowledge in general. We didn't go to school thinking, oh, I have to get through this, get through the day, do your projects, do your thank you, do everything. We actually went to school because, like, dang, I really wanted to get up on this project, or I want to learn more about this thing. That's why I don't think our school was bougie.
Yeah,
we had more of a budget for the students that wanted to do
Yeah,
stuff.
but that doesn't really make it not bougie.
Doesn't make it not bougie. That just
Like,
makes it justified.
Yeah, it's still justified, but it's definitely still bougie.
It just gives the bouginess justification.
Yeah.
That's why I wanted to go there. I just moved to the district way too late.
Yeah.
Which really was out of my
like
hands.
justified bouginess is still bouginess.
Well, no. Yours is a special case because you ended up moving way, way late. But the only way to get in,
You had to do an
you had
interview.
to deserve it. You had to earn your way into the school. It wasn't a private school where you pay and the highest bidder gets to get into the school. It's not like a preppy school like that. The school was free.
You had to interview.
You had to do your work.
And you had to submit an
interviewed. You had to do your essay.
Not an essay.
You had to do screening. The reason you went to that school was because you actually
There was still a wait
earned
list,
it.
though. There was still only a
still a
limited
wait
amount.
list.
There
of
was a
spots.
wait list. My
If they
frustration.
accepted everybody who had applied or who probably deserved a chance to apply, they would have had way less money to do the stuff.
My big frustration
Well,
on it
to
was
be
like,
fair, yes, but also that kind of changed because my class was the smallest out of everything, and
Because
it only
people dropped out.
increased more. Like when I was a freshman, the highest class was my class, and we were at 350, and that was the highest class. When I ended senior year, the biggest class was at 1100.
That's wild.
We increased
yeah.
exponentially, which is why now they just kind of accept anyone, which kind of sucks. Because the fact that it was exclusive,
It was kind of a privilege to be there.
the fact that it was a privilege to go because you actually earned it, and like every single time, and this was also a tactic to get like us to pay attention and to like straighten up, which really worked. It was like there were kids that didn't do as good as you on the interviews or anything like that, but we will replace you within a heartbeat with them.
Yeah.
And that scared us because like, yes, we wanted to do
good.
dumb stuff,
Yeah.
but at the end of the day, you're here because you proved it that you wanted to be here.
Yeah.
If you don't want to be here, we can take that away
Yeah.
instantly.
Yeah.
And then you get sent to freaking whatever school.
What I will say sucks though is like the problem with that is I feel like the way your school was, every school needs to be.
Yes, it definitely
and
100%.
and it's not. It just like you have
Yeah.
schools like his school where it's just like I feel like none of the teachers care and have kind of given
Well,
up
it
because
was
they
also,
accept
like-
it's the ghetto school.
It wasn't just the fact that it was a ghetto school. It was also like the added factor that my school was kind of just like, I'm not gonna say the trash can, but that's kind of what a lot of kids call it. It was just like the trash can for his school.
Mhm.
It's like
Yeah.
anybody that didn't cut it in his school just got dumped in
Well,
my
but-
school,
but
and then there was another school below us.
The other thing I mean by every school needs to be like his is the fact that it kind of helped you guide towards a career path because there was the med, there was the business, and there was
Yeah.
the tech, right?
Mhm.
Every other high school that's not that is just, okay, here's your core classes. We'll have a counselor help decide your senior year what career path you might want to choose.
Yeah.
And it's all just core classes.
and it's all just shoved in your face so they can say they do it.
Yeah, it's just shoved down
And
your throat. Where it's
even now,
My class, the moment I started in freshman, I was already put into a CTE class, and I was already doing like industry standard stuff.
yeah, and it's also like it helps you figure out like what
What you want to do?
what
when
you
you're-
would want to do.
I figured out I don't want to do tech. Tech was fun. It gets boring really
It gets
fast, and I spent a lot of my time in tech. I realized that the med field was so much better for me,
yeah, I think
and I didn't
It's-
have to spend freaking thousands of dollars
Whereas,
in
like,
college to
if
learn that.
if you do a normal like high school experience, you'll spend 3 years in college before you realize this sucks. I want to do something else instead, and now you have double the student loan amount.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I wish I remembered my senior English teacher. I moved a couple English teachers my senior year just because that's how bad my school was with
Oh yeah, your
properly
school
scheduling kids.
rate
but,
at stuff was terrible.
The one I finally ended up with, he was a really cool and good guy, like genuinely. Dr. Stone, that's his name, Dr.
Oh.
Stone. He was one of the coolest teachers ever, and he was so straight up with us. He was like, "Hey, I want to treat you guys like actual adults because most of you guys are seniors and juniors. The education plan the district wants me to implement is literally modeled from a kindergarten level grade, and all they do in the school now, all they do in most public schools now, is they'll hand you a laptop, usually a Chromebook or a Lenovo, and they'll just be like,
Lenovo.
here's the same structure. Here's the same schoolwork as everybody else.
Or it's what my problem was with my A-push and most history classes, where it's just like a lot of times it's like you're not really teaching because
Yeah, there's very little teaching involved.
Yeah, the district doesn't like help you to teach. Like the most teaching you'll get is from math, but that's because you need to learn math by teaching. Like if you learn it through any other format, you will fail.
And the cool thing about Dr. Stone is he tried.
Most of the
like,
things you can study for.
he tried really hard at the beginning of the year to
Yeah.
actually teach, and it was like really depressing, like as a student, to see how much pushback he got, not only from like certain students that just didn't want to do anything, but other teachers for just trying to teach.
Yeah, well, that's what was, I guess, cool about my school. Most of the teachers were college professors, so they were writing their own curriculum, and we didn't need the school board to approve us because we had the numbers behind us that it still worked.
Yeah.
Like, the reason we could do most of the stuff that we did was because our standardized testing, which is not standardized. No one learns from a STAR test. I'm sorry.
STAR tests
Stupidest thing
are
ever to exist.
I think they worked for a period, but I think even the thought of bringing them back is dumb. I feel like it's an outdated.
No.
Well, they've already gotten rid of it.
They work when you're younger. They work when you start them in 3rd grade. They work 3rd, 4th, 5th, 6th. But I think once you get to like 7th, 8th, they stop being as important because you have a final.
Well, I think it's also
Yeah.
it's like you need to. I think it's also like we don't focus on like how kids are actually going to learn. I feel like it's kind of just shifted from okay, well, we can only as a school board get this teaching style approved, so we're going to do that until they have to go to college and basically have to relearn everything.
They'll learn it in college because the college people make their own curriculum.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what was cool about my school is that most of the teachers there were professors. So they were teaching their own curriculum.
They would. Yeah.
And since they had that, they might as well use that and just dumb it down a little bit for high school learning. But it didn't need to get approved by a board as much, or if it didn't get approved, it didn't matter because we would still perform really well on our tests. We were the highest performing school
Speaking
out of the entire
your score
district.
on your SAT was what, a 1350?
My sophomore one was, yes.
No, 1450 wasn't possible. They changed it to 1420 like a year before mine. Like before I took mine.
So somewhere in the range of 1380, 1350, right?
My junior year ended up getting
I remember it was
a,
close to like a perfect score.
1390, I think.
It was really close. I didn't study for my SAT. It's not like oh, I'm super smart or anything like that. It's just I'm saying this to like show the I'm not saying negligence out of like individual staff members at schools. It's just the like overall like control to where the administration of schools are so focused on disciplinary action or handling students so they can't focus on the actual education. Because like I never studied for my SAT. I maybe read one book that my SNSI gave me, and like I read the introduction to it maybe.
Mm-hmm.
Because I was trying a little bit. But you know, friend dies senior year, you don't really get very motivated. But I made an 1100 on my SAT, or like a 1050, somewhere in that range. So I was close to an 1100. I remember it was somewhere in that range. It was above. It was above the
average.
Yeah. And I was like, oh, I have some kind of like maybe potential in this. And I never did anything with it because I went to go ask somebody about like, hey, do we have SAT like, you know,
retakes and whatnot.
Retakes? Do we have SAT tutoring? And they were like, what's your name? And then they were like, we haven't collected all the stuff yet, so we were able to send out individual scores, but we don't know which kids have actually taken SATs or not.
It's just
negligence.
It's negligence.
Yeah.
So it's like,
No.
why is a kid going to try if the people that are supposed to be
Helping you
him
don't even
are
want to
teaching
try.
him not to
Yeah.
try? You know,
Yeah.
and that's the thing is like, yes, that is a valid point. But as far as disciplinary actions go, it's just like, it's like a big culture change that needs to happen where it's like, it's a problem at home, it's a problem at school, it's a problem at like in the classroom, it's a problem everywhere. Like you have kids like freshmen, sophomores, like doing stuff in class for whatever reason.
Yeah, I mean for like
and it's like
my school, like our core teachers are basically everything: math, science, English, and social studies or whatever. So like if anything collided with that, like say we had a final for one of them, or like we had it pretty structured that like each grade level will take something specific or something specific that week or whatever. So then all the other teachers would be like, oh, okay, I'm gonna lay back a little bit on the work. I want you to focus on this class specifically.
Yeah.
And try and study
Well, that's the
as
thing
much as you
too is
can with that.
cooperation.
Yeah, all
between
the teachers were
teachers.
always talking with each other.
No,
and trying
none of
to
the
do
teachers
that.
at my school ever talked to each other. Maybe if the teachers were close, they were across the hall each other or something like that. Be like, hey, can you watch my classroom for a minute? That was the extent of it. And then they would have one teacher that was head over the apartment. And like in my senior year, Dr. Stone would be like, yo, guys, by the way, we can't continue this lesson anymore because I got my job threatened for teaching this.
Yeah.
And that's like the most disheartening thing to hear ever. It's like, oh, I was actually enjoying that. And you had kids that were usually like troublemakers in the back being like, well, that's dumb.
Yeah.
Like I was actually learning something, you know, and it's it's kind of just dumb, you know? It's just like, out of all the ways you could do stuff, you know, you could have teacher cooperation, interaction, but you don't. Like, that was the thing going from my junior year to my senior year. I realized I had an English teacher that showed up, I think, 4 months out of the school year, and she mixed up one of my assignments or something like that, or her and the substitute didn't communicate correctly, and so for a month before we started, everybody had flunked her class.
Mm-hmm.
She was never there, and B, all she would do is send subs in. And so she had it written down that, and we walked around the class, checked different periods. Everybody flunked her class. And
I had a teacher similar to that, and we almost got her fired.
And
COVID saved her.
And me being a kid that was trying to like
The one
go
good thing that
after,
came out of COVID.
go after like, you know, positions and extracurricular activities and stuff like that. I not only suffered for that, like I took dramatic loss from that.
Mm-hmm.
Just because of individual teacher negligence.
Yeah.
And so it's like, and there was no like explaining it. It's just like, oh, well, the teacher knows what they're talking about. And it's like, I don't even know the teacher's name anymore. Like,
Yeah. Well, anyways, to lighten the mood before we end the episode, you said that your English teacher was like only there for like 4 months. That reminds me, every English teacher takes maternity leave once every 2 years.
Yes.
English teachers just get pregnant. Okay.
Well,
and
even
math
male English
never
teachers
get sick. Math teachers never get sick.
I
I
will
can't
say,
explain
yeah,
it, but those two things are always true.
Mr. Mathis, which is absolutely a funny name. His name was Mr. Mathis. He was a math teacher. I don't think I've ever seen him take a sick day.
I'm thinking about all my math teachers. I don't think I've ever seen a single one take a sick day.
Nah, I've seen one of my math teachers take a sick day.
But I have had multiple English teachers take maternity leave.
I've had one math teacher take a couple sick days, but that's also because the dude was like the age of a dinosaur, and also he ended up like smoking himself out of his own house. Somehow his car was left on in the garage, and all like the carbon dioxide from the exhaust.
Carbon monoxide.
Carbon monoxide. Sorry, yeah, my bad. Sorry.
Yeah, I just got chewed out an inspection earlier this week for not having a carbon monoxide sensor by the garage. I failed.
Well, to be fair, yeah. But no, all the carbon monoxide ended up filling his house. Ended up getting carbon monoxide poisoning, so he would like forget everything constantly, which is funny because we would go up to the board and be like, "Hey, that's like wrong," and he's like, "Is it? Oh, it is." I'm like, "You're the one supposed to be teaching us, and you don't know what the right answer is."
He was just a little delulu from the carbon monoxide.
Yeah.
It's
Okay, but the only thing is, it persisted the entire year. So I don't know how much of it was carbon
that
monoxide.
That homie needs
poisoning.
to go see a doctor. Yeah.
But I guess that was one thing that was cool with my school, was that we didn't rely on the teacher 100% of the time for our learning. We actually challenged our teachers, like, quite frequently. If we thought they were wrong, yes. I remember
you're supposed to ask questions. That's what good.
That's what you're
students
supposed to
exactly.
do.
But
but yeah, I guess that was one of the differences, was that instead of the teachers just like teaching, the students would actually challenge the teachers when it was appropriate.
Yeah.
To learn more.
Well, it's a healthy learning environment.
Yeah. Because I remember correcting a couple of my teachers, and they were like, "Oh, yeah, that is right. Good catch."
Yeah.
And like, yeah, okay, and this isn't even our longest episode.
Yeah,
really?
It definitely is.
No, it isn't.
1000%.
No, it isn't.
What time are we at?
I think our pilot episode was very long.
What time are we at?
We're at 1:23.
That's our longest episode.
Oh, is it?
Yes.
Oh, was our pilot episode like 115?
About an hour,
118?
10. Yeah. It's not much longer.
That's okay, but we're talking about like stuff that's pretty important though.
Yeah.
It's like we're kind of jam packing it full of
the theme of this episode has quickly turned into how the school system has become too political and too much like a business.
Yeah.
So I guess what should our video
and how to
title
get
be?
away with
I don't know
little tiny.
how much.
We don't like the school system, so we tried to blow it up.
Yeah. No, that's too long of a title.
Bot is gonna catch
That's too long of a
that and ban us.
That's too long of a title.
Rebellion equals explosions.
You stole what from the Kim kids?
Yeah,
that's a good one.
That's a good one.
Yeah. But no, this was a good episode. I liked it.
I like this episode.
It wasn't so much like, haha, fun, like fun stuff.
but we had
there's a
good
couple
chats.
fun stuff.
Yeah,
we had good chats.
But it's again with the theme. We talked about that. I think either last episode or the episode before, where it's just like we're trying to be authentic,
We're just trying
we're
to
trying to
chat.
be
We're just
clear,
trying to
Yeah.
chat.
transparent. No,
Yeah.
this is where we're at.
Anyway,
That's what
do
we
y'all want to end? Because I've been doing a lot of talking. Do you guys
Yeah.
want to end with
Uh,
Final Fantasy stuff?
If you don't stop calling it Final Fantasy, both of you guys, it's fantasy football.
We do it
is
just to
not
trigger
that
him.
dumb video game that nobody's actually
Sim is the
played,
most
so for
easy
some
person
reason,
to gaslight you'll
how
ever
have they
meet.
made like 15 of those games?
Anyways,
Nobody plays them.
Anyways,
I've never met a single person who plays a single Final Fantasy game.
Anyways, if
Isn't
you were
like-
betting on the Bears, sorry, I was too, and it didn't work out. Yeah, and
If
with
you have
that,
any of the Bears
Look,
people on
this
your
guy-
team, I'm sorry.
Actually, no. There was a couple.
that should have been
I
a
ended up
dub, and I
losing
lost
because of
by
it.
1 point. Anyways,
This guy doesn't know a whole lot about football, but I got him into fantasy football because I do fantasy football. See, saying it sounds wrong now because y'all say Final Fantasy.
Final Fantasy.
And so I want to say things like football fantasy, but I'm like,
Whoa.
I am around the wrong people. Anyways,
Oh well.
so I got him into fantasy football, and so now he's participating. He's doing okay. He's getting into it, which is nice. That was fun. That was my goal.
It's a
Better
fun thing
than
to like, you know.
I literally just chose people based off of their name.
Oh, that 1 year that we
Dave Lamb.
I chose
Dijon
one player off
Mustangs.
of his name. That's because my team name is They Hit the Second Bauer.
He has a guy named Brock.
Bauer?
He has a guy named Brock Bowers. And so I was looking at team names, and I was like, "Oh, this one's funny. I don't have him though." He's like, "What?" I was like, "They hit the second Bauer." He's like, "I'm drafting him first round." I was like, "You're lucky that you can kind of get away with that, and he's not a horrible player."
But it's funny. Look, I had AI generate an image of him getting tackled, and it's beautiful. Like,
My goodness.
yeah, they hit the second Bauer. Well, you could just
No.
show him.
I
that.
mean, I tried it.
Look.
I gave it a fair shot. Oh my lord. I gave it a fair shot. I know the only way to be good at it is to actually watch the games and understand how it works.
kind of, yeah.
To be really good at it. Unless
to be
you're
really good
Jen
at it.
And you just draft whoever the best looking person is and somehow you win.
yeah.
Yeah, well, to be fair, it's also like there were like 5 of us or 6 of us. It wasn't really competitive. I feel like it's more fun when it's more competitive because you have more reason to want to get into it.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like that's what this one is.
Yeah.
doing, is he has a reason to get into it because it's
Well, it's
like
also like I have a
14-team league.
Prejudice for anybody that used auto draft, which is like a lot of people in the league. 'Cause they were
Whatever.
just like auto draft, and then I
just
would
couldn't get
randomly
to
get
it or
players
something.
stolen from my
I
lineup.
get the point of auto draft, but it's a little frustrating.
It's frustrating because it's like people that don't know
People
what they're
get rewarded
doing
for not knowing.
for not knowing what they're doing. So it's just I feel like there should be kind of like a nerf on auto draft in my opinion. But
Anyways,
Yeah,
that's we should probably end the episode. So.
Yeah. thank you guys for
We'll
watching.
Talk with the people.
We'll talk with the people more next week.
Next week, guys.
Fine.
We'll see you guys on our shorts this week. We will be posting short form content this week, probably after this video is posted. So I think
Something like that.
tomorrow, maybe
We'll
Thursday, this video will be posted.
Figure it out.
Yeah.
We'll figure it
And
out.
with that, we should be following up with some short form content, 1 maybe 2 shorts, just to kind of
Probably.
get some traction.
Mhm.
Please leave some comments. Please leave some likes. Let us know what you guys like, what you don't like.
And share them with your friends because they will be funny.
Yeah.
They will actually be hilarious.
Yeah, primarily because I'm the main feature in them. Really.
We've been workshopping ways to like kind of like make it funny because we're not trying to be funny. We're just trying to get funny moments.
Yeah.
And it's working pretty well. So I think
Yeah.
I'm really excited to show you guys what we've kind of been working on. We're all kind of new to this. So
I
yeah.
think the only experience.
Yeah,
that
the
any of
only
us has
experienced
is
content
me,
creator is him.
and it's I have very light. I just have pretty good equipment.
Mhm.
I haven't really like done much with it.
No,
so-
I have experience with content creation. I made really good videos for a 14-year-old using the PlayStation editor.
Well, I guess. Yeah.
Well, in
But
that
no,
case,
if you
I
have any content ideas, please put it down below. We would love to have some ideas. We will say no if it does anything to injure us or to publicly shame us.
But we'll say no for now.
now
For now.
cold plunge. God,
I am not doing anything that's
Dude.
gonna damage my
Hey,
body. I would have
how
one
that
person
damages
that
your
would kill
body?
everyone
Speak for
on there.
yourself.
that damages your body.
Actually, okay, we'll
What?
do stuff that
Cold
damages
plunge?
our body,
No,
but
cold
not
plunges
with
don't
him.
damage your
Oh,
body.
okay.
For a long
Because
period
he'll
of time,
accidentally kill us.
What? How?
You will find a way.
Oh yeah, pretty much.
If we do anything damaging, you will find a way.
Yeah.
yeah, I will.
But please put down some comments down below. we would love to see your ideas. We love interacting with you guys. Again, this guy is mostly on the comment section.
Yeah.
We're also gonna try and put like our name whenever we comment from this channel.
Or our initial. Or something.
Yeah,
that way you know
we've been doing initials.
talking.
First couple vids, we were all kind of on a FaceTime call. So if there's not like an initial there, that means it was kind of all of us. We were kind of just being like, "Hey, what's up?"
But a majority of the time, it's gonna be this dude right here. He's gonna be the one doing all the commenting if me and Tim can't get around to doing that.
We just kind of do what works for our free time right now. So it's like some of us have different free times. Like he has longer periods of free time. I have longer like how do you say this?
You have more consistent free.
I have more consistent free time. He has longer
shorter
periods.
every day.
It's shorter every day. So that's why I'm kind of just doing comments, short form content over here. I'm consulting him. We're kind of like partnering on the short form content, and then I'm gonna start maybe trying to help him with editing some of the videos because we're trying to see what works. But yeah, let us know what you guys like, what you don't like, and yeah, I guess.
And we will get some more lighting. We didn't want to hurt Tim this week.
Yep. Yeah, I didn't bring a helmet, so.
We figured a softbox was kind of overkill for right now, so we're gonna work on just getting another LED grid, and see how that works. So yeah.
Yeah. We will see you guys next week for a new episode. But until then, you guys have a great rest of your week. And are we doing the quotes or whatever to end off our
bros? Oh yeah, we did say we would start doing that.
Yeah.
Do I have a funny quote? Do I have a you know what? Hold on.
Yeah, I need to look one up.
Hold on. No. I have a list of funny quotes and also a list of like quotes that I like.
Oh,
okay.
There's a Taco Bell next to this church.
No, not that one.
That's the quote.
That's the quote
right there.
Oh, here's a motivational one. Here's a motivational one.
Okay.
And think about this. Take it with you throughout your week, okay? Or your day, your life.
This is gonna be like
right?
really dumb.
No. This one is you're only confined by the walls that you build yourself.
That's good.
Yeah, it is a good one.
That's a pretty good one.
Yeah, that's why it's in the quotes. The quotes I like are all like motivational. They're nice. You know, like there's not everything has to be a life lesson. Is a great life lesson.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
That's ironic, but it's hilarious.
So yeah, we'll catch you guys
look,
later.
you got a 2-for-1 special this week.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah. Like an infomercial.
Anyways, bye. Deuces. Don't die, bros.
Laters.